Hi everybody. I thought I'd come on real quick and talk about elderberries. And when you go and get these things and you cut them and you bring them home, you're like, oh my God, there's a million of them. How do I just sit and pick them one by one and get them all off? I mean, this is like such a pain in the ass. I mean, some people will just kind of tickle them like this and they'll come off a little bit, but you don't want to get the stems. Some people will even come in with a fork and kind of go like that. And that's all fine and well and good, except for the fact that, you know, it takes a lot of elderberries to do anything. So this would be all freaking day long if I was to sit there and get them off this way. So I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit faster, way fucking easier. And what I want you to do when you go out and you get your elderberries, right? You bring them home like this, right? You throw them in a Ziploc bag and you toss them into the freezer, whole, like this. On the stem, the whole daggum thing. Then, once they're frozen, I mean, you want them good and froze, not half froze. You want them good and froze. Then, you just take some. I'm not going to put this whole thing in here real quick because I want to be able to get some friction. I'm going to shake the thunder out of this. Hang on, bear with. Okay, now I pick it up. There's a few still left on here, but for the most part, I've gotten the berries off of these stems. And then what you'll see at the bottom, all of these loose berries. And I will tell you what to do next. Bear with. Okay, so now I've just gone through and I've picked out most of the big stem pieces. There was a couple of leaf pieces in there too. You know, a lot of people are going to be real worried about, you see all these little stems along the side? There's going to be people that are going to be worried about that. They're going to think, oh, that's, you're not supposed to eat any of the stem. You're not supposed to have any of that. Well, yeah, no, you're not. You're not supposed to eat the leaf, the stem, or the bark. The parts of an elderberry tree or bush, whatever, that you want to use are the flowers, which are really good for kids, or the berry. And reason being is that these stems have what's called glycosides in them. You know what? You'd have to eat a shit ton. You'd have to eat a shit ton. Also, people say, oh, you're not supposed to eat elderberries without cooking them. This is true. Same reason. However, you would have to eat elderberries all day, every day, in massive quantities to get really sick from them. And by sick, I mean, you'll get diarrhea. But let's face it, anything in excess is not good. So, what I'm doing here, I'm just putting in the little stragglers. Okay, so I filled up this jar almost all the way to the top. Matter of fact, I need to give it just a little bit more room. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to take this vodka. I'm not going to use anything but vodka, you guys. Nothing heavier. No moonshine. No Everclear. None of that shit. Now what this is going to do is, this is going to neutralize those glycosides in the stem and in the seed that's down in there. Now I'm looking at some of this and I'm seeing there's a couple of green ones on top. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything truly, but I'm just going to pull them out just because That's funky to me. Ah, fuck it. Okay, anyhow, now I'm going to seal this up. Now I'm going to put a little bit more vodka in there. Then I'm going to seal this up. And I'm going to give it a good shake. And I'm going to keep this in a cool, dark place where I will visit and I will give it a little shake every day, every few days. If I forget a day, it's not a big deal. That doesn't mean throw the baby out with the fucking bathwater. Then after about 6 weeks or so, I'm going to strain this out. And you know what? If I forget and I leave this over 6 weeks, again, don't freak the fuck out. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. It's okay. So you can get this, strain it out, put it into a little dropper bottle, right? And I'm not going to give you a dosage because everyone metabolizes everything different. So just check and see how your body handles it. You might start with 1 or 2 drops. You might start with a whole dropper full. It's up to you, you guys. You're not gonna get hurt. But this right here is going to be the stuff that you're going to want to have to get you through cold and flu season. This boosts your immunity to things so greatly. And it's so high in vitamin C. This is full of antioxidants and vitamin C. This is already, I gotta hold it up to the sun. It's already turning a beautiful purple color, the liquid is. You're going to want to make sure that you label it because you'll forget. You will forget. Not that you would forget because you can tell what this looks like, but as a general rule, anytime you're making a tincture, do not forget to label it. But it is important that I labeled it because I don't want to forget the date. So there you go. That's really, really an easy way to process elderberries. And, you know, you guys can do this. It's not hard. It's not a super exact science, but this is just easy medicine, and it's out there for the taking. And like right now, a lot of places, elderberries are coming on. It depends on where you are in the country. Ours were a little bit early this year, which tells me that perhaps we're going to have a little bit earlier cold snap than usual. But now is generally like an average of when elderberries are really ripening up and doing their thing is like right now. So get out there and go look, you guys. All right, peace out, Girl Scout.